Let's see, is this working? Is this working? Oh, feedback. Is it working now? Let's see. Yes, it is. Alrighty. Session 3, boys, of the 100 Treasure Chest Challenge. We are on Treasure Chest 16, as our last treasure chest was number 15 here. So, I think the next one, yes, the next one indeed is a detailed chest. So, let's get right to it. If I don't say so myself, alright. Alrighty, let's see here. So, what is our reference? Let's do this one because it looks annoyingly hard. And we all know how much I like annoyingly hard, stupid things. So, this treasure chest. Why did I choose this one? So this treasure chest has a slight slant to it. So it's not vertical like that. So we're going to have to make fun or do whatever, yeah. First things first, we need to make sure that the opening is right. This box is a little bit out of proportion, but I don't really care right now. So I'm going to just go with it. You know what I'm saying? See, the opening's right there. And we're just going to piece out, you know. Of course, cheating the whole way, because it's digital tools. Allow hacks. So, alright, we got that. Now we need to figure out its turnableness. So we're going to just draw that ellipse. Wait, so we know the center of the ellipse is going to be right here on that. Because this is our pivot point, so we know that's the center of our ellipse. No, it's not right. It needs to go a little bit more this way. Something like that, I think. Not quite the center yet. We'd say that. So that's the center. It looks huge, so let's actually reduce that a little. Reduce. Reduce, reuse, recycle. That feels okay. It still feels kind of big. I'm gonna reduce it a little bit. Too much. See, like, how does that feel? Not bad. So yeah, let's stick with this one. We'll draw another one for the other side. These align, they do not. The bottom side is. So what I'm checking here is if this edge here aligns with that one within my vanishing point that's over here. So if I connect these two, and if they do, they look pretty close. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I feel like this could go down a little bit, so let's actually take this ellipse, squish it down a little. Like say there. And that seems pretty accurate, and the bottom feels good, I think. Yeah, the bottom's not too bad. Maybe the ellipse could come down a little bit, and we can do that now. We can do it right now. Like say right about there. That feels pretty good within this vanishing point along here for these edges here and here. So, with that, let's continue. We can fix this now, actually, or we can fix this thing here that we moved around. All right, so now we have our pivot point, so we can follow it along here. Do we want an open chest or a closed chest? I mean, open's more cool, so obviously we're going to do an open chest. Obviously. So let's just combine these two. Reduce the opacité. Oui, oui. And somewhere along this line here is going to be our thing. Somewhere along that line will be our edge of our box or chest, whatever. So let's crack it open to say like right here. So from here to there, draw our vanishing line. Edit that shape. What the heck? Procreate's having some weird issues. Do that, so now I know this is where my point will be on the other side. So I can draw that back to my other pivot point. And so that's where, within reasonable accuracy, my pivot point will be within this perspective. Now, the box has been shifted out of that this perspective, so this is probably going to be up here somewhere. And I am trying to just preserve its original form, so it's still just going to be a square. So I'm not tilting it or anything, trying to make it a square still, or cuboid shape, whatever. Okay, so this feels like it needs to come in a little more. So let's do that. That seems reasonable. Somewhat, anyway. So here's our top of our box that has been tilted along our axes here, those things. Axes. Wait. Ah, I see. I went I went from the top of the box, not the center point I made. So I mean that's okay, but that just threw me off a little bit. So I basically just concatenated another piece of box into the top of this box. Which is okay. This is kind of hard to look at. Let's see what we got here. All right, so now we have our open box. Open buck. One buck open. Now we can start to carve it out to try and get this shape that we're going for over there. So, let's do that. Just lower the opacity on that. Open up a new layer. We're going to go ahead and just kind of cut this like that. Actually, we'll cut it to like here. Then I'll come back out because that's what the feet do. It's probably a little extreme, but that's okay. Well, we'll stick with it. You know what I'm saying? No, you don't know what I'm saying? Okay. We'll just pretend you know what I'm saying. Back straight. Shoulders back. Elbows in. Alright, so now we got our inward curve things. Then we can push that back in space a little bit just because this is going back in both axes. Because if this were a square box here, like that, this leg is going back on this plane and this plane. So the leg's going back to here and back to there, and to combine them, you get right there. So, let's see, this one, we essentially can just do the same thing and then just split the difference, and then that would find our point. Or we can cheat a little bit and just kind of guess. And say like, okay, if it were like that or something, the middle point would be like somewhere right there, and somewhere like right there. So really, our point thing is going to be right there and right there. That feels a little off going down. It comes back up to there. And our little feeties come up to there. This one I'm just going to kind of not be super precise with, I guess, just to kind of see what it's going to be like. Because I've been doing all these very technically, which is what you're supposed to do. Very detailed and such, but I want to try it a little different today. And it's also a lot quicker, so it's in a sense easier to just cheat. We'll just do like a quick rough outline and then we'll clean it up afterwards or something. Let's get this top in first. It's going to slant in. I must say this is a much more enjoyable experience. It's not so technical, it's much quicker, much dirtier, much in a sense easier for me. Although it's not the desired way of going about this in a precise way. That's okay. Not everything has to be perfect. You should just try to be perfect, right? Yeah. So there's our really rough outline that we can clean it up. Well, once we get this middle inside, let's give it a little bit of a bevel. It's a bevel on the inside like that. Now we'll get all fancy and technical and make this a real fancy chest. Super fancy. Super. Right after I get something to listen to. In a second here. Excuse me. Now let's. All right. Okay, back to it. Oops. Not what I wanted. What the heck? Why did it not work? The heck? I'm extremely confused, Procreate. Alrighty. Alrighty. Alright. Alright. Yeet. Holy shit. Yeah, it's like the golden arches. Yeah, Mickey D's. Perfect. A little shoddy, but it'll do, pig. I'm going to ignore these things here because I kind of already ignored them by accident, so. Silly goof boy. Silly goof boy? Yeah. Yeah. We'll stick with it. Alright, so that's the right we're gonna need. There we are. Not quite. Not bad. Not bad, not bad. Wait, this needs to go that. Yeah, hold on. Spells out, and then I think that's okay. Let's make this edge stick out a little more. Feels a little better. All right. Stick with that. Woof woof. No, anywhere. Let's get this in first. It still doesn't quite feel right. What's that? That'll work. It will work. That will do. Ooh, that was not straight at all. Oops. We'll give this its bevel. Fine. Dang it. What is this? This is the Drawabox 100 Treasure Chest Challenge. And hello. So this goes better. Try that. Let's see how that works. I mean, it's not terrible. It's not amazing either, though. So, but it is not bad. Perhaps I will add some gilding and like nice fancy little lines or whatever. But as for right now, I need to leave in 5 minutes. So that's unfortunately gonna have to be this session. So, sup, chillax boy. But hello and goodbye. So, toodles, I guess. See you when I see you next. Maybe we can finish this 100 Treasure Chest Challenge sometime this year. Yeah, hopefully. Anyway.